Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dante's Game Room. I had to take a little bit of a break from opening the orders and stuff like that, but like I said, I had another box, but I so I just needed a little bit of break. My back's killing me. But I got the first couple boxes from Luna unpacked. And I just have one more box to go. I don't know what's in it and stuff like that, but figured I'd at least finish that up. Um, I also have to sign up for New York Comic Con by the end of the day for my badges because as a professional. This is the first time I'm gonna go to a comic book con as like a reeler instead of like a guest, like where I sign or like do stuff like most comic book cons I've been to. I've either been like signing autographs as a wrestler or there as an artist, like an artist alley or whatever. But okay, got a nice little checklist there. A box within a box. I think Lunar does really good packaging their stuff. At least what I've seen so far. I have no complaints whatsoever. There was only one damage in all of the boxes. Comics yesterday in the other boxes. So, and there was there was a slight bit of damage, but it can be like pressed out, and I have a heat press and everything to like do it, so it's not going to be a problem. So I'm not even gonna bug them with that stuff. Yeah, we got a good amount of comic books still. Like I said, it's like weeks worth of orders, but me being sick and everything, and something was wrong with the ordering process, and it just got stuck in processing forever. But I like to look at it on the bright side. At least I'm gonna have plenty of like back stock, and just keep up with the orders going forward. One of the most frustrating things yesterday, though, because I was talking, no, it wasn't earlier, yeah. One of the most frustrating things that I experienced with the opening the previous boxes is like I had bought in some bags and boards, and they're the right bags and boards, and it says the measurements all right, but they were so tight, like it's ridiculous. Like it took me forever to put 100 boards in a bag, and it's one of the most frustrating experiences that I can actually describe. So anyway, I got them all. I got it all bagged and boarded. So, and I got some more to do after this, obviously, because I have a lot more comic books. And like I said, I like my customers to have their comic books bagged and boarded. Just to keep them protected in case people are looking through them on the shelves or whatever. They don't get like bent up and messed up that way. And I don't mind doing it. For a little bit extra of the cost. I'd rather have my customers have their comic books in the best condition I can get it to them. So first up is Witchblade number 13. Undiscovered Country number 32. They chose Violence number 3. Mega Man Zero Z Timelines number 1. I'm gonna read that myself. Thundercats Lost. Sorry, I watched Thunderbolts the movie last night. I really enjoyed it. It was different than I thought it would be. And I'm a huge Julia Louis-Dreyfus fan. One of my favorite shows of all time, besides the regular dimension Seinfeld, is The New Adventures of Old Christine. I love her brother in that show, and I just love her performance, and I love Wanda Sykes. The whole cast ensemble was brilliant. I can't recommend that show enough. It's really expensive to go back and buy the seasons DVDs because during the filming, I think at one point there was also a writer's strike. So one of the seasons is only like a couple episodes long, which is unfortunate. And I miss that show so much. And it's one of my favorite shows. Not just one of my favorite shows that she's done. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. So I'm just a huge Julia Louis-Dreyfus fan, and I didn't know she was in Thunderbolts, so she made the movie extra special for me. Along with the Crimson Hero from that guy from Stranger Things, I really just loved his. It kind of like reminded me of me, just trying to look positive and kind of being I'm that kind of dad. Except I try to be there more than he was, but I don't want to spoil the movie. If you haven't seen Thunderbolts, go out and see it. It's a good movie. Next up, we got Terminator number 10. Huge Terminator franchise fan here. I love everything about the Terminator, the time, the multiple story timelines and stuff like that. I can never get enough Predator and Terminator. And now with Alien Earth that's come out, that show is really, really good. I'm really enjoying the actress that plays Wendy and the whole Peter Pan, Never Lost Boys arc. I'm really looking forward to how that's gonna do. Going further in the future. We got Darkwing Duck, another one of my all-time favorite franchises. Number 5, I believe it is. Anything to do with DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, it I love. I mean, I grew up on DuckTales. Woohoo! So anything in Lunchpad, anything Darkwing Duck or DuckTales, I can't get enough of. I enjoy it immensely. I'm also first and foremost, even before being comic book art, started off as a cartoonist. So I really enjoy the cartooning. Just it's what drove me to create the whole Duckburg. Anyway, Mega Man Zero Timelines number 1. Just a variant card. And of course I got Kryptos, the last dog of Krypton. It's number 3, I think. Number 3, yep. And I'm actually that's one of the series that's gonna be that I collect in my personal series, personal collection. Then we got next up is Superman Unlimited, number 4. And then after that, we got Detective Comics 1100. Oh, look at this cover. Look at that cover. It's just, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And Detective Comics 1100. This is the cover I have in my personal collection, cover A. But I'm going to have to get the Detective Comics 1100. That Frank Miller, Dark Knight Returns cover. I just love it. Then we got The Absolute Flash, number 6. Rockin' Robbie from Pop Culture Philosophers says this is the best issue of this series yet. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Look at this cover. This is also the Absolute Flash, number 6. How are you guys liking the Absolute Universe of DC? I started out just solely getting the Batman, but then I started getting the Flash, and now I've gone back and I've bought the Superman. The only one that's left for me to go back and get is Martian Manhunter, and I'm told that's might be the best of the series so far, but I haven't got to read any of it. Absolute Batman number 11, alternative variant cover. Wow, Batman number 11. This is Batman sitting like Bane is on the cover A. And then we got Thundercats, once again with the Thunderbolts. Movies on my brain. Number 5, variant cover. Then we got another variant cover of the Terminator number 10. And once again, all these books are in really good condition. I haven't seen anything. I'll have to check them closer, but And then next up we got Endless Night, number 3. Mad Cave Studios. We got another variant cover of the Terminator. Like I said, one of my favorite franchises of all time. Next up we got The Chamberlains, number 3. It's a cool cover. And then we got the All Out War, The Walking Dead Deluxe, number 119. And what got me into this series again and collecting the deluxe stuff is David Finch. I'm a huge David Finch fan. He's one of my all-time favorite comic book artists. It pretty much goes like Greg Capullo, David Finch, and they're like neck and neck, but because Spawn's my favorite of all time, I have to give Capullo the edge. And just his style is what inspired me to become a comic book artist myself and an artist myself. Like, I can't thank him enough for, like, it's one of those things, like, I don't know where I would be in my life if I didn't have Greg Capullo's art to inspire me in that comic book, because it just opened my eyes and gave me a challenge to, and something to really appreciate and inspire as an artist. So, and I feel David Finch the same way, but the technical aspects that he brings to the table is completely different. I just love his framings of his figures and his dynamic poses. He has a drawing channel where he does like posters and cover arts like that on YouTube. So if you got some time, check it out. It's really informative, and he has guests there and stuff like that. And I believe his wife helps him, and along with it. So it's pretty cool to hear them talk and work through it together. Their live drawing streams. But next up is Gunslinger number 46. I've showed you guys this cover a lot. Another Gunslinger 46. But I like that. Spawn's my favorite comic book, so owning a comic book shop, I'm going to make sure everybody can get a copy of Spawn. A lot of times you go places, you can't get Spawn, or it's, there's a rabid fandom there, but also at the same time, some places don't, cover, in my opinion, stock it enough. And it's really even hard to find back stock of like Spawn anywhere. Like, but so I always make sure if I ever come across it, I always buy Spawn back stock. So people have a way to fill out their collection, because some of them are low print runs, incredibly hard to find, anywhere in the wild. And part of this hobby is, for me at least, the best part of this hobby is finding stuff in the wild. Battle Beast number 4. Let me know any of these series, like what you guys are thinking and what you're reading, what I should be reading. Like I said before in the video I made earlier, and I think I'm going to release this video the next day. So, but tell me what I should be reading. I can't read it, even though I own a comic book store. There's no way for me to read everything. So, let me know what my priorities should be. Next up, we got Superman Unlimited, number 4. Which brings up, the other day I got to meet and talk to Philip Kennedy Johnson. He signed a bunch of my from my personal collection comic books. Really nice to meet him. He did like a little short video I advertised, so people, if they want to, they could see it on YouTube and go get his autograph and talk to him. He was really friendly, talked to everybody, took time, nobody was rushing and stuff like that. So it was just a really enjoyable experience. So thank you, Philip Kennedy Johnson. Appreciate you. Like I said the other day. Absolute Flash number 6. There's that Bane cover. Absolute Batman number 11. And I just bought this the other day for my personal collection, but Never Wars. For some reason at my comic book shop, and this is not, I do not own this comic book shop. This is the comic book shop I choose to go and buy stuff at, which is 4 Color Fantasies in Winchester, Virginia. I don't want people making the mistake that I own that store. It's owned by other people or anything like that, but that's who I recommend if you're ever in the Winchester area. Number 2, it took a really long time. I guess there was like a printer error or something to come in. The Tin Wizard, Never Wars. variant cover. Got a motorcycle going by. The Chamberlains variant cover number 3. Then we got good old Hyde Street. That's an awesome cover. When Mr. Hyde's running across the buildings. But this is a great series and great art. If you have the time, I highly recommend that you check it out. They also have a mini series out right now, Sisterhood, I believe it's called. Sorry, I can't think straight right now, but it's really good as well. Same art style, just same cover. And then we got Gunslinger number 46. And then we got Hyde Street number 8. You guys, I've showed you guys this cover a lot. We got a bunch of copies of this cover. Hyde Street number 8. Then we got Department of Truth number 33. And then we got Blood Letter number 3. Variant cover. Blood Letter number 3. Another variant cover. Hyde Street number 8. A different variant cover. And like I said, I try to get a copy. It's a really popular series right now. Can't recommend it enough. So I wanted to make sure if somebody wants a certain cover, they can get it. Also number 8. And as you can see, all these comic books are in great condition. Packed really well. Haven't really seen any damages. Battle Beast number 4. And then last but not least, Witchblade number 13. And I had to get this order this cover for the store because that's just such an awesome cover. It kind of reminds me of that Spawn cover with the angel wings from back in the day, the early aughts or mid aughts. But that's all I got for you today. From my Lunar distribution order. As you can see, it was a huge order. I'm going to be, selling these online in my pop-up comic book shops and at my store. So I have a lot of work to do, but I'm going to get to bag and boarding them. Later, I think my next couple of videos, it's going to be the Batman blind bags. I got a couple of those I was going to open on video, and then I think I'm going to do some drawing videos. So if you got some time, feel free to come by, hang out with me. The drawing video is going to be live, so we can chat, have some fun. You can ask me questions about wrestling, about my art, anything you want, and we can just hang out and have a good time. But until the next video, Dante's Gamer, I'm out. Bye-bye.